Welcome back to the Soul Food Podcast. I'm Michael Vukelic.
And I'm Shannon Meier. Together we share insights and conversations to help you cultivate joy, peace, and prosperity while unlocking your limitless potential.
Yes, get ready for a transformative journey filled with laughter, strategies, and lively discussions that will inspire you to thrive in every area of your life.
Hello,
Hello,
Michael.
Jeannette. How are you today?
I'm very okay. Very, very okay. Happy to be
That's very
here.
okay. Oh, very okay. Very okay. Haven't heard
Hmm.
that one in a while. Well,
Yeah.
well, you're laughing.
No, because it's beautiful to be very okay and to be here, and you haven't heard it for a while. But I think that co-creating this podcast with you, it's always very, very okay. No, it's very enlightening, very helpful, very expansive, and I hope it's also for our listeners or viewers. So,
Absolutely. I so enjoy our conversations, and I truly hope that it is helping people out there, is supporting people emotionally, physically. I mean, what's happening in their life, and
mm-hmm.
of course, what we hold inside our emotional state, our thoughts, our beliefs, all of this is affecting our health and our outcomes. So I'm really very happy to help and support the people out there. So thank
Yes,
you. Thank you for being here. Here we are. We're
yes.
kind of doing this once every 2 weeks, aren't we?
Well, when we are aligned, and that's very important because if we are going to share wisdom, healing wisdom, it's also
Right.
for us to be aligned and centered so that the information and the energy can flow and not just doing because of the doing, is creating because of the love and the wisdom within. And there are sometimes we just cannot make it, and it's totally okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's actually good because, I mean, we're both professionals. We're both very busy with a lot of different projects,
Mm-hmm.
clients, businesses, I am actively seeking, of course, speaking events, which,
Mm-hmm.
you know, there's anyone out there who's looking for powerful speaking in this arena, I'm definitely offering my services. And I know you have a whole nother leadership podcast, and we talked about that when we first started. So, and you're also working for another company, so there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. So maybe every 2 weeks is a good thing, but we'll try to stay with each week, okay?
Yes, yes, yes. And I would love our listeners, of listeners, if they don't follow us on YouTube or on Spotify or on wherever they find us, please do so because it helps not only you and it helps really, I mean, not only us, it helps also for others to see and discover the episodes, the channel. So it's really, we would deeply appreciate if you would do that. It's just clicking on a follow button and that's it.
Absolutely. It helps out as far as the podcast is concerned. It helps us reach more listeners, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is the whole reason for doing this, for spreading healing
Yes.
throughout the world and empowering people to get beyond what holds them back from their best life. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and today we're going to talk a little bit about busting those beliefs that block wealth.
Oh,
And
yes.
I could go on and on and on about belief systems because so much of and I know you agree with this,
Mm-hmm.
so much of what we've been taught is so outdated. It's just, we keep recycling the same belief systems, and there's so many that I've uncovered in my 20 years of research and learning from some very amazing people, so many beliefs that are held tightly by many people that keep us really limited. I mean, it may sound silly. We're talking about being worthy of wealth. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
So many of us I just don't believe we're worthy of so many things, right? But
Yes.
to be worthy of what it is you desire is a big key, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or um, sacrificing yourself for a job, overworking, not having a balanced life, but keeping that bank account going. And so many people, this is what I see everywhere. They work and they work and they work, and then they take 2 days off in the weekend. Then they work and work, and sometimes they'll even work the weekends, right? They build that bank account. They hopefully help their family, help
Mm-hmm.
themselves, but they make themselves ill
Yes.
because their life is unbalanced. There's many things going on there and there's a lot of stress involved, right? So they're working and working, and by the time you actually get to a comfortable place in life, many people work so hard they get sick, and then they pay all this money to fix their sickness. So it's a cycle. It's part of a cycle, right? But let's talk about how we block wealth. Um, you were just telling me a little story. We were talking about how to manifest, actually. We can hold many different beliefs within, and we block our wealth through all these beliefs because we're the ones who have the power
Mm-hmm.
to welcome what it is we really want in life. Okay. And you had a beautiful story there between, I mean, many people think they believe in prayer. They don't believe they can bring what they want from their own desire, from their own power and ability. Okay. And I believe we've been given this, and there's so many ways. But yeah, do you want to share your story?
Yeah, I want to share the difference between praying, asking, and praying, being grateful that it already happened.
Yes.
So I was a couple of years ago. I'm not a prayer, no, but I was so into desperation because of a family member that went through, well, was sick, a young family member, and a therapy was done to him, and I wanted, I was praying for him to be okay, asking
Mhm.
for him to be okay again, no? And and I was praying, and in the shower was, I was praying and saying, please let him be okay, that this therapy works and so on, and please, please. But when I was saying, please, 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 I was observing myself and I was saying, no, no, you don't have to ask. What you have to do is to be grateful that it already happened. And as soon as I thought that and stopped, I had the knowing, it was an energy, I had a knowing, and the energy translated in me into it's already done. It was so blissful, and it was a knowing that came in. Then today I know it's already done. And but that was a beautiful experience in understanding what it is to pray asking for. So in this hopelessness, into this giving your power to something outside of you, and not to being grateful for the happening already that you are able to create, no? So it was completely different energies, no? This asking for, and then this gratefulness, and then the knowing, which was Well, it's when you know, you know. There's no, you cannot
There you
explain that.
go. There you
You
go.
cannot explain that, and it's incredible. It's incredible. It's beautiful and it's magical. It's incredible.
It's in, it's so magical. I mean, I have used the same technique over and over and over. And I of course I was taught, I was raised very religious, and I was taught to pray,
Mm-hmm.
which, is asking for help.
Yes.
And sometimes we're pleading.
Yeah.
Sometimes, we're really begging, please
Mm-hmm.
help.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And I believe, yes, I believe that you have ancestors and they're, because once we leave here, our energy is always there, right? So yes, you're heard. God hears you. Okay. But you have the power to heal anything. When you accept your own divinity, your own beautiful light, when you accept that divinity, when you accept that, wow, I'm the creator here, I can co-create this with the universe, and you state it as that. I love the words, it is done. It is done.
Mm-hmm.
I
It was
mean,
done.
there were times where I would say, the words have to resonate with you, what you're saying. Okay. I think we've talked about this once
Mm-hmm.
before. It's really important that the words you're saying resonate with you.
Yeah.
You have to cause a feeling within you
Mm-hmm. Yes, come
that
from the heart.
matches that energy, right?
Yes.
Of already being there. So being
Yes.
grateful for, yes, it's already done. The words you say, the words, what you're grateful for has to really match with you. And
Mm-hmm.
here's where a lot of people, I think, fall down. They get stuck in these old beliefs, first of all. Okay. And we could list probably hundreds, thousands of beliefs that are handed down. But when we understand that what we're saying, what we're believing is powerful, but it must match what we tell ourselves every day. Okay. The
Mm-hmm.
inner conversation that goes on inside of you, if you truly believe XYZ and you know that, wow, I am this amazing being. I can create anything. I can heal anything. And the more you believe that, the more you resonate with that. And then you state something, the two match. You have an outward voice and an inner voice that
Yes.
match, and your
Yes.
energy matches, and boom, it's done.
Yes.
A lot of people miss this piece.
Mm-hmm.
If you're having problems actually moving into the life you really want, listen to your inner conversation. Listen
Yes.
to what's going on, those thoughts that happen. I mean, sometime when you have time to spend alone, just listen to be aware of what you're telling yourself as you go through your day or even at the end of your day. What happened today, and what did I really think about that? And just listen to yourself, and what's going on inside is matching what's happening in your life. So it's amazing. I've known people that can affirm and visualize and do all these things. They're affirming different things until they're blue in the face. It still never happens. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, because
Michael, what's going on? You told me this works.
no, yes.
You have to match. The energy has to match within and without. Okay.
Yes.
Absolutely. That's huge. So your the energy has to match your desire.
Mm-hmm.
So you, in this instance, you absolutely knew that, wow, wait a minute. I can be grateful that it's already done. And that's powerful. So you matched what
Yes.
was within with what you were thinking, what you were thinking and saying matched perfectly, and boom, it was
Boom.
done. Of
Yes.
course, when you're dealing with it's so wonderful, beautiful for people to um
experience.
send healing energy to another.
Yes, that's for sure.
Sending love to
Yeah.
another. If there's a conflict, send love
Yes.
to another. Send beauty. Send compassion. And if it's really hard, just don't get upset with them. You try not to upset yourself because you're messing yourself up. But anyway, but yes, when you can send love, when you can send healing to someone, you're actually sending healing energy to them.
Yes.
Now, of course, it's up to them to believe in the long term that they can heal themselves, that they can be healed, that they can be healthy. But I think if they have enough support around them, if people tell them that, they will. If they believe it, great. That's so
Yes.
it's beautiful. When you send healing energy, you're actually sending healing energy to yourself because we're all connected.
Mm-hmm.
What you send out is what's coming back.
Yes.
This
And
is so amazing. So,
yes, and not only that, it's also on the counterpart to be very careful because if you are worried about someone,
mm,
and this person you're sending, you are in a negative energy for the person. So if the person is sick and wants to heal itself, many times it's very difficult to heal themselves when there is energy around the person that it's of worry, of thinking negatively. It's very difficult. So always be very, very aware of what you're thinking of someone. If you see them sick, change your mindset and say, they will be getting better. They will be getting better. Because as you do that, you're helping them out. You don't
oh
have
yes,
to
you are.
pray only. It's really the thought itself, because we create our energy field around because of our thoughts, and the feelings. So if you are thinking negatively that someone is going to is going to happen something in your belief system, you're not doing good for the person.
Correct.
So really be aware when you are worried to change the mindset and change the attitude and change the way you're sending the energy, because it's negative and they cannot heal if they have people around worried.
Absolutely. And now coming back to ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
here we were focused on wealth this time around.
Yeah,
I absolutely
true.
agree with you. But the first thing that I always ask people to do is get curious about what they really believe.
Mm-hmm.
What is your self-talk? What are you telling yourself, right?
Yes.
And what are you putting out into the world? What are your thoughts?
Yes.
And what do you say? How do you go through the world? Can you can you go through the world allowing what's going on in the world to not upset you, have the freedom to walk through chaos and stay in a beautiful place, focused on what you want, believing in what you want, knowing what you want is coming, being grateful for what you want, having self-talk that matches with what you want. And can you walk through the world and not allow all this to get to you, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The chaos, the noise, right?
Yeah.
So stay tuned into the truth
Yes.
and forget the chaos that's all
Yes.
around you. I mean, it's hard sometimes, but the person who leads the world,
Mm-hmm.
the leader, the person who leads the world is not affected by all the things going on out there, right?
Yeah.
The person who gets led by the world is the one that's reacting all the time,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yes.
So, yeah,
Nurture.
beautiful.
Yes, and last week, talking about abundance, I
Yes.
heard, and it was beautiful because it changed my mindset. Okay, because it
Yeah.
was talking about taxes, no, the paying taxes, and
Ah, yes.
when we many of us when we talk about paying taxes, and especially here in Spain and in Catalonia, you pay for everything. You are a little bit, well, a lot adverse of paying it, no? And the saying, why do I have to pay if If I already paid the house, why do I have to pay the inheritance taxes and all those things? No, why, and taxes? And I saw it's actually from the company. It's they generate consciousness. It's called FLFE, and I loved the. It was the CEO, I think, speaking. He said, "Look, I'm paying all the taxes. I'm not avoiding them because that's abundance. If
Right.
I think that they don't deserve for me to pay the taxes, I am promoting a blockage. But
Yes.
if I am abundant also with the tax system, if I'm abundant with it, I'm abundant everywhere.
Yes.
So I don't have to think that they are taking my money away and not doing anything. I just am thinking I'm giving it and I'm sending it because the world is abundance and the money is abundant. So I will share it with that system, and I'm creating by myself a conscious business. And I loved it. I loved it because it opened up my mind, my perception, and I said, it's true. And I'm in my project, no, when what I do, my project, and also at work, which is my project, I'm co-creating a conscious business,
Right.
and I loved it. I loved it because it's the abundance mindset. It's
Yes, it
really
is.
it's the abundance mindset, and when you are abundant and you don't and you give because you know what you give comes back,
Yes.
and you grow from it, and your abundance expands and other things, why should you be fighting against it?
Absolutely. And that, I believe that it affects everything we do. I mean, when we go to the store and we want to buy some new clothing, or we're out for a meal in a restaurant, or wherever we go, okay? We if we're complaining about the price, if we hesitate and don't buy, it depends how are we processing what we're experiencing, and that also has an effect on our
Mm-hmm.
wealth, our
Mm-hmm.
ability to be wealthy.
Yes.
So generationally, I heard so many stories when I was younger.
Yes.
I
Yes.
mean, look, I had a paper route, a paper route. I'm going around. I'm a little guy, right? I'm 11 years old. I had a paper route. I'm riding my bicycle and giving the papers, right? And I'm
Mm-hmm.
building a little bank account. And my parents had to borrow money from me because they were broke to pay the house.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, so there was this story of struggle around money everywhere, right? We couldn't go out. We
Yeah.
couldn't take a vacation. We didn't, clothing was, all these things were a
Yeah.
struggle. So you learn all these things uh, generationally, and you carry them with you unconsciously. So it's time to become conscious
Mm-hmm.
of when you're out, when you're doing something, how do you process looking at prices, or going to a restaurant, or paying taxes.
Yes, yes, everything.
How do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Are you abundant?
Mm-hmm.
And can you allow that money to flow? Because that has a big key to whether the money comes back to you.
Yes. Yes.
When you say, like, if your self-talk is, wow, everything's so expensive and it's hard to, have enough money to pay all these bills. And if your self-talk is going on, but you affirm, oh, I'm wealthy, I have this, I have that,
Doesn't
you're
match.
you're in a conflict,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
that's exactly what you're saying, right? You have to be able to open up to wealth in every way.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
Mm-hmm.
remember how powerful you are, how
Yes.
powerful thoughts and
Oof, yes.
that inner conversation is, right?
Yes. Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful, Jeanette.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes. It's very important.
Yes, it is.
And it changes everything. It really
That's
does.
great. I always like to have a couple stories for them, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's amazing.
Good.
So perfect. No, thank you so much. for this sharing, for this wisdom, and and our audience for the listening.
Yes, thank you, audience. I appreciate you being here, and I welcome abundance.
Yes,
Abundance of
for
people.
everyone.
Yes, I'm so grateful for all the people who come to listen to our podcast.
And for them to be abundant, yes.
Thank you,
With a little
Jeanette.
bit of our positive energy.
Absolutely. Positive, positive.
Yeah.
Wealthy, wealthy.
Bye bye.